What you need to do is take an axe slide and really go and take a big dump, and you'll feel better.
And won't nobody give a fuck. What's up to those who watching on YouTube, and thank you for those who watching on Patreon for this this deep ass I mean, some of this shit I know I can't put on YouTube because they will find my ass. They be like, how do you know all of this shit? How do you figure all this shit out? How do you cross the I's and the T's and all that other shit? You know what I'm saying, on the Star Wars shit. First of all, I want to give you a sneak preview of the clip I'm working on tomorrow. This should be ready after the football game tomorrow. It should be up after the football game. So those who watching the football game, you'll have something to watch tomorrow after the football game. This is a good skit right here.
And this idea that government
should be up after the football game. So those who watching the football game, you'll have something to watch tomorrow after the football game. This is a good skit right here.
And this idea that government is beholden to the people, that it has no other source of power except the sovereign people, is still the newest and the most unique idea in all the long history of man's relation to man.
Ooh.
This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
Whoa, Reagan was speaking the truth. A little elite. You know what I'm saying? The Democrats call themselves the elite, trying to control the whole world with this old pandemic.
It's pretty serious when businesses have been shut down. People can't go to church. People can't assemble in their own.
Oh, did you hear what he said? People can't assemble in their own homes.
When businesses have been shut down, people can't go to church. People can't assemble in their own homes with their friends, with their families. People can't go to a loved one's funeral. People can't get to their government, petition their representative to redress their grievances. Right. I also understand the First Amendment's pretty darn important, and it's been a year, and I want to know when Americans will get those First Amendment liberties back.
When we gonna get our liberties back, Dr. Fauci?
And I'm asking the question, what measures have to be attained before Americans get their First Amendment liberties back?
What gotta be done, Dr. Versace? This is gonna be a good skit right here. This is gonna be a great American skit right here. We got Ronald Reagan speaking to Joe Biden in the third person.
Well, I, for one, resent it when a representative of the people refers to you and me, the free men and women of this country, as the masses.
The masses are the un-Trump juice. You feel me? Ronald Reagan got mad when you separate the parts of the United States by name and categories and shit like that. This category versus that category. It wasn't meant for that. The masses, you motherfuckers over there. Spoke on shit like that.
The bottom line, we're going to protect vaccinated workers from unvaccinated co-workers. Because
they're the masses.
Because I have that federal authority.
Woo-wee! He gonna do it because he got the federal authority. But I'm right here. I know the truth behind the truth behind the truth. Now, I'm gonna ask Beth Roberts and a couple of my YouTube friends once again, if the Illuminati come after me and they lock me up for this shit, I need y'all to donate some money to my Cash App while I'm locked down, so I get some noodles and some oodles in jail and stuff like that, hygienes and shit like that. This take care of me because they lock motherfuckers up that's conservative if you tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? They give you extra time like they doing to our people over there on the January 6th thing, and they call them terrorists. They lock niggas up for good. But I'm finna get to this because I know the inside out. And don't say I didn't warn you. Now, the news can't talk about this, but I can. I can't talk about this on regular YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Because the haters might sit, the liberals might sit, and they might snitch on me like, this nigga is getting too close to the goods. This nigga know too much. We got to get rid of him. But anyway, this is what's happening, right? First of all, this is what's going on.
Shooting on an Alec Baldwin movie set. Moments before the shooting, an assistant director for the film Rust handed Baldwin a prop weapon and yelled, "Cold gun."
Handed him a prop weapon and yelled, "Cold gun." They handed Alec Baldwin like, Alec Baldwin, this is a cold gun. Why would he yell it? I mean, ain't it supposed to be a cold gun off the bat? Ain't they supposed to all be cold guns on the movie set? What was the purpose of you be yelling cold gun for? Oh, this is a cold gun. Well, where the hot gun at? Make sure you don't give me that. Where's the hot gun? Make sure you don't mix the hot guns up with the cold guns. Where's the cold gun mean? The motherfucker ain't been fired yet? Hot gun, cold gun. Hey, everybody, this is a cold gun, everybody. This is cold. Upcoming Western called Rust. Upcoming Western called Rust. If this ain't promotion for the motherfucking movie, they're going to stop production for a little while. They're going to restart the production and shit, and then all this stuff going to be big. Didn't nobody know nothing about no damn Rust or no Mexico movie, no shit like that. Now all of a sudden it's going to be one of the biggest movies of the summer.
So we're learning that Baldwin was handed one of 3 prop guns.
So the other 2 was hot guns, right? If that was the cold prop gun, the other 2 must have been hot prop guns. You had an option of 3 prop guns. Evidently somebody yelled, hey, this gun is cold, and they're going to say Alec Baldwin picked up the wrong one and shot the hot prop gun and he mistakenly thought it was the cold prop gun. Oh, they're setting this up so motherfucking good. They set it up so good. Oh, it was an option of 3 prop guns. What? Now it's an option? He had 3 options? Dead. Because unions, because it was working under, gets murdered, assassinated. All of those.
Responsible here, and it's very interesting. I know Degan can speak to this in greater detail, but I think this is going to be part of a huge union fight.
A union fight, right? Your boy Joe Biden always preaching unions. Unions make things better. Union this, union that. We need to unionize things, right?
Aside from the questions that are directly asked of this case.
Yeah.
Unions, right? Think of how much government control the federal government have if every job was unionized. You have to be part of a union to even get the job. Think of how much government control that is. Look at Joe Biden. He want to bring unions together. Remember, unions built America. It wasn't the middle class.
Unions put power in the hands of workers. They level the playing field. They give you a stronger voice.
See what I'm saying? Unions level the playing field. They think about it. Alec Baldwin preached all that shit. He's an activist. He's a way far liberal. He make fun of Donald Trump all the fucking time. Made a whole career, second career out of making fun of Donald Trump. But now all of a sudden he's sacrificial lamb because they need unions, right? They're going to make an example of him on how they need unions.
Workers.
So you need unions, you know what I'm saying, to help the black and brown workers from sexual discrimination, racial discrimination, all that.
I've made it clear.
And then did they leave or were they fired? Did they walk off the set because of this brouhaha over cost cutting? And with all of this stuff.
Did they walk off? What was the reason that they walked off? Huh? You don't know, but a union member would. This lets you see how sick Alec Baldwin is. Everybody must have forgot who the fuck Alec Baldwin is and what kind of evil fucking person this is, right?
I'll tell you something, okay? And I want to leave a message for you right now, because again, it's 10:30 here in New York on a Wednesday, and once again, I made an ass of myself.
I made an ass of myself. Look how he's talking to his daughter, y'all.
I'm leaving this message with you to tell you, you have insulted me for the last time.
That's like a threat. If anybody called and said some shit like that, that would be considered a threat.
You have insulted me. You don't have the brains or the decency as a human being. I don't give a damn that you're 12 years old or 11 years old.
He don't even know how old his daughter is. I don't give a damn if you're 12 years old or 11 years old, however old you is. You full of shit. All this old stuff, worker safety and worker wages and all that shit, right? I mean, all that shit was for serve the bigger purpose. That's the small thing. The big thing is Alec Baldwin owed somebody. He owed the handlers, or for whatever the fuck he did, he owed them a favor, right? And this is something that can help the union talk come up about safety and wages and equality and stuff like this. This is another conversation that the Democrats can try to have before the election, you know what I'm saying, because this investigation is going to go on for a minute, right? But the Democrats going to have something over their head to fall back on and say, this is why we need unions, you know, to make sure black people got jobs, to make sure people got this, right? It's an agenda. In order to pass that agenda, they need a scapegoat. They need a crash test dummy. They need somebody who can spark up the conversation.
Your colleagues aren't here because they hate you. And your best friend isn't here because he hung himself in a Manhattan prison cell.
Now, who hung themselves supposedly in a Manhattan prison cell, you ask yourself? Right? Think about this. He had ties with one of the biggest, probably, child molesters, human sex traffickers of young girls on the face of the planet. Hollywood know about it because it's Hollywood's dirty secret. That's why he can say that and everybody laugh at it and try to play it off like it's no big deal, like it's just a rumor.
I want to talk about
Playing on the island, right? He said he was on neither one of them. Now you can agree with him or you can't. You don't have to agree with him. You don't have to believe him. You know what I'm saying? Or you can believe him or not believe him. But he said he wasn't on neither one of them. He wasn't on Jeffrey Epstein Island or none of that shit.
Jeffrey Epstein, Pedo Island, Pizzagate, pizza emojis, all this shit that this QAnon trash.
QAnon trash. It wasn't, your name wasn't linked through Pizzagate, through QAnon trash. They had nothing to do with this. Your name was linked because you was on Jeffrey Epstein Island. Jeffrey Epstein wrote your name.
Met him, never on his plane, never went to any property he owned.
And
you see people say all the time, they're like, he's in the flight logs.
He's in the flight.
Fuck you, Alec Baldwin, because you're in his flight logs.
You're in his flight logs and you're in his DM. Flight logs and DM. Flight logs and you in his motherfucking DM. I don't give a damn. My name ain't inside of nobody, no damn pervert phone book. I don't give a fuck if it's on their phone book on their iPhone. Ain't that a bitch?
Guess what? Hey, guess what?
That's why.
I'm not in his flight logs.
You're a damn lie. You're a damn lie. The flight, we'll never know now. Because Jeffrey Epstein is Jeffrey Epstein. We'll never know who them flight logs because they stopped talking about him. Gypsy Calypsy, that bitch ain't nowhere to be found. Sacrifice. Remember, they got to do that. You got to kill somebody for us, man. We need you to kill somebody. We need you to off somebody. Then you can cover up the shit we know about you. Don't worry, you're going to get off. But we need to have something over your head.